Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Make sure you follow me on IG. My handle is CTABANZ if you want to reach me directly. And also make sure you follow the channel on IG. Our handle is DREAMERSPRO, same as the channel. Make sure y'all do that. Anyway, let me get into this topic here. So, as you guys know, we've talked about the inevitability of Charles Barkley and Inside the NBA and these guys going to ESPN. And we all know that ESPN is a network of twerking. All they do is twerk it up all day long, holler and scream, pour honey all over each other's ankles on a daily basis. They scream, they shake, right? That's what they do at ESPN there. And many of us have said, well, how is a person or personality rather like Charles Barkley going to mesh with these twerkers? How exactly is it going to work? And it turns out it's a real thing. It's a real thing. So this morning, I was going through the internet here, and I came across a pretty interesting headline from Basketball Network stating the following: if they start working me too much, I'm coming home. Charles Barkley issues a warning towards ESPN. Let's read further. With the end of the 2025 Eastern Conference Finals came the end of an award-winning Inside the NBA show. Because ESPN has the rights to air the 2025 NBA Finals, TNT will no longer have games to broadcast this season. Since it lost its rights to NBA games moving forward under the new NBA's TV deals, the greatest studio show in basketball history is also over. Well, sort of. Inside the NBA will be back next season, and TNT will continue to produce the show. However, it will be under the umbrella of Disney and broadcast on ESPN and NBC. The hosts will be back too, but they have concerns about the changes that are expected to happen. Charles Barkley appeared on the Dan Patrick Show on Monday and said his biggest concern was the work schedule under the new setup. Chuck added that he has faith in TNT and ESPN regarding that, but threatens to force his way out of his deal if the work hours become too taxing for him. I'm going to trust them because that's my biggest concern. Because that's been my biggest concern. I didn't officially sign until last week. I said I'd work for 2 more years, and that's what I agreed to. And I'm going to have to trust them. But listen, if they start trying to work me too much between ESPN and TNT, I'm going to walk on home, said Barkley. Now, there's more to this, apparently, because I was doing some more research, and I came across a report here from Front Office Sports, and it just gave some details on what this thing is supposed to look like here. It says, starting with the 2025-26 season, TNT will license the show to ESPN in exchange for a package of Big 12 college football and basketball games. Once this year's Pacers Thunder Finals concludes, the Brain Trust at Bristol will gather together to discuss their strategy for the 36-year-old program. Here's what we're hearing. There'll be an extensive post-game show, says sources. ESPN's goal is to let the post-game segment run as long as it does now on TNT. As Bomani Jones noted on his show, ESPN historically has not done post-game shows. If you're not going to do the Inside the NBA post-game show, you're getting rid of the best part. It doesn't seem like it will be a gratifying experience, but they also can't put that on ABC. That would be preposterous. It then says the following: Inside the NBA will lead ESPN's pregame and halftime programming. The show will air live during ABC ESPN's biggest events, including the NBA Finals, Conference Finals, and NBA playoffs. They'll also be featured on opening week, Christmas Day, all ABC games after January 1st, and the final week of the season. ESPN's own NBA countdown will survive, but it will be strictly a second string. Simmons did say that ESPN might F up the show, which is the part that I want to get to now. So apparently Bill Simmons, who's always outspoken, obviously used to work at ESPN, founded the Ringer, $100+ million company. Bill Simmons took it a step further because Bill Simmons believed that these guys are going to find a fantastic way to absolutely screw up the entire show. But before we even get into what he had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. Prize Picks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on Prize Picks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love Prize Picks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is we want to play exactly what Bill Simmons had to say about how he thinks this thing is going to unfold moving forward. And then we're going to come back and give you guys our thoughts. Take a listen to Bill Simmons here.
And it's still going to continue on ESPN.
Right.
And yet,
just say what you want to say.
I think ESPN's going to up. I don't care if I get aggregated.
Zag. I didn't understand.
I think they're going to up. I don't think they unless they completely change how they do commercials, the show is going to be different and people are going to be pissed and Barkley and those guys are going to be pissed. And I think it's going to go badly. The only way it doesn't go badly is if they do the commercials and they give them the lengthy segments that you need to have that show work. They're going to have to change how they do it. They just paid so much for the NBA that if they don't do that and they do these same short, terrible segments that you're about to see in the finals, where it's like a 1.5 minute halftime and it's like a 20-minute pregame, if they do that, they're going to up and everybody's going to be mad. So I'm going to start there, Russillo.
They did pay a lot for the NBA. So then to say now all of a sudden you're not going to have all that commercial inventory, because we've talked about the halftime show ESPN with people that we really like that are on the show, maybe others that aren't necessarily our favorites, but I barely catch it. Like that's the 15-minute timer to get something done around the house,
right,
for me. And if I do catch some of it, I mean, it's just a lot. It's like, oh, the best player on the team went 2 for 10. Okay,
somebody's got to step up.
Yeah, he's going to get scolded. Like, okay, here we go. It's a 30-second scolding, and then I don't know who okayed. Maybe it was because everybody was trying to be the TNT show, but the analysts talking to break, nobody's good at it, folks. Nobody's good at it. It's just confusing. You're like, are we in commercial or are we doing Carl's Jr. here? I don't understand.
It started with PTI 25 years ago, and they're the only ones who are really good at it.
Okay, thank you.
It.
Little history lesson. I actually think the people that are at the very top with ESPN know this, and
they haven't cared. Whoever's running ESPN has not cared for this entire century about this. This is something they knew was a problem, and they just didn't care. They just cashed the checks from the commercials.
Yeah,
they did not care about the quality of any show they had.
All right, but if it's going to be on the model of like we bring it in, but you get to do your thing, then don't you think that's the negotiation? Don't you think that's part of it to even get this? I
think you could say that coming out of the gate. Oh yeah, no, it's going to be the same. And then you get there, and I've literally witnessed this in situations I've been in. Once you're actually there, it's like, oh yeah, that halftime's going to now be a minute and a half because we got this giant.
I don't think they're going to do that, man. I don't think they're that. Okay. I don't think they're going to do that.
They've done it this whole century, is my point.
Excellent. So you heard what he had to say. What are my thoughts about this? I think I would have to agree with Bill Simmons. ESPN has been heavily criticized for their halftime shows that they do. They say they spend sometimes a total of 60 to 90 seconds or maybe 2 minutes talking and analyzing these games during halftime, and the rest of it is just them bombarding their viewers with commercials. And we all know that's simply not going to work, right? So they're either going to have to do it exactly how TNT and these guys used to do, how they used to produce the show, or they're going to have to change things. That's the first part. The second thing, and I keep harping back to it, I think there's going to be a clash here. I really do. Because I don't see Charles Barkley sitting up there twerking it up the way that they like to. You know that the ESPN likes to promote the Lakers all day long. Even if the Lakers are good or not good, they like to just keep kind of, or LeBron, they try to do it every single second. And a person like Charles Barkley is simply not going to dance to their tune. And I think he's going to create a lot of awkward exchanges for those guys. I don't know if they're going to have him visit certain segments like on ESPN First Take when you got these people up there twerking all day long and you invite Charles Barkley and he'll make the entire thing awkward. I don't know, but I do think that's going to be an issue. And I think it's something that we need to watch out for. Because if they find a way, ESPN is going to look for a way to try to pour honey on them. You already know, and Charles don't look like he's going for it. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comment section. We catch you on the next show, and I'm out. Peace.